Coom. Salutations, peace to the primes. 747 24/7, 361 degrees.
Beautiful introduction. I like it. The music's beautiful. Okay, you're back.
I'm back. welcome, welcome to the family. Peace to everyone. To another episode of the Messiah's Bookshelf. I am your host, Solar Prime Supreme 131, Lazarus Lamel. This is my queen, Thea Lamel, and
What?
co-host and
You
co-host
forget my name for real?
Thea Solar Prime Supreme
There you go.
327, Thea Lamel. She's in
Okay.
the building as well.
Okay.
Shout out. Peace to all the all-stars. We gonna warm this up a little bit. Peace to my sister Yamanya. She's coming in as one of our special guests for this evening. We just gonna let this thing cook, man. Set up the video. I'm gonna share it a little bit. Share it wherever you at. We're gonna begin this discussion. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining the family. I really appreciate you. All right. So we're on day 88. Day 88.
Yes.
And I'm feeling great. Day 88, yo.
And I'm feeling great.
Yo, this is like really on and popping. What y'all got to say? Look at Akshita Vita, the general in the building. Shout out to the Messiah Code All-Star. I love you, sis.
Greetings, sis.
Greetings. You know, feeling good right now. If you wanna know, I'm feeling really good right now. If you really wanna know, we're on day 88 of this 90-day water fasting cleansing.
Mm-hmm.
Day 88, man. 88 days.
Yes, a lot of things has come about in 88 days, I'll tell you that.
Peace to everybody that's made it this far.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a certificate for everyone. I wanted to show you that. I did. I wanted to show the family that as well. I have a certificate for all those that even did it one day. How about that? If you did it one day, I'm gonna give you a certificate. I know. You're gonna be like, yeah. Why do they get a certificate, Lamel? Oh man, this sounds like something real biblical, right? Man, all I gotta say is, you know, I'm gonna give you one just for making it one day. How about that? It's not easy taking a step for greatness. If you made that choice, make sure that you stick to it. Okay? So, I'm feeling real good. We got our sister Yamanya in the building. Let me see if I can get her into the stage. Sis, are you in here? Sister Yamanya.
Yes, I'm actually I was trying to make sure that I pulled a lot of stuff together so that I could add a visual for those who actually can see. So that's just how I teach.
Okay.
I want to say this, sister. I've been following you for years. I really love what you do for the community. You know, if for the family, she's part of the growing, everyone growing food community, and
Mm-hmm.
she's been really, you know, getting us revved up to grow our own food, a sustainable life, you know, nourishment from the earth,
Like,
you know,
take a
and
look.
like I said, it's been a wonderful experience just following the sister, mother, I'm gonna say that, elder to myself,
Yes.
as well as
Yes.
many others.
Mm-hmm.
And with all due respect, I'd like you to introduce yourself, sis. Go ahead.
Hello. My name is Yanya Nipu, and I am an educator, agricultural specialist, Black farmer, Native American farmer. I'm like, excuse me, African Native American farmer, a woman farmer, a generational farmer. What do you call? I'm an artist, songwriter. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We're not gonna go all off into that because I came for gardening today. But I mean, I've been actually farming. I started at probably about age 4 in Nicodemus, Kansas, and I brought one of the posters that shows an aspect of my family tree on my father's side, and from Nicodemus pioneers and settlers. We came from Virginia, North Carolina. Had to leave North Carolina and go to Kentucky. Some folks was coming out of Mississippi, but we all ended up in Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, on flat cars. My 4 generations, all 4 sides, between 1874 and 1877. And we dispersed ourselves after Reconstruction or during Reconstruction all over the United States. And some actually went back to Africa with Marcus Garvey. So, but our reality is that it's one of the most important things for our personal survival was to be able to identify the medicines, the food that was growing wild, as far as edible landscape goes. That's what we call it now. At that time, it was just wild herbs and onions and whatever grew wild that we had identified. I have to honestly say I come from a long, long line of very well-known farmers. My oldest member of my family right now, she's 105 years old. She's the
Whoa.
oldest female member, and the my uncle had just passed at 106. My other aunt, 106. I'm rocking it. Okay, I got to make sure that my body is ready so I can be 106, 107, 108.
Right.
But this is my eldest member of my family. Is
Okay.
that blurry?
Now we can see it. We can see
We
it,
can
sis.
see it. Yes.
Okay, so this is my Aunt Lorene. She's my mother's oldest sister. She is, like I said, she's 105. She will be 106 October 26th.
Wow.
And so we come from the pioneers they call the Exodusters. The Exodusters, if you put them into historical premise, Nicodemus pioneer settlement will come up. These are my grandfather's great grandparents right here. Um, um, John and Aaliyah Samuels, and they're the original members of our Napier family on one side. Well, of course, we have European family members also that came from Scandinavia. But and that's my grandfather's father right there.
Mhm.
This picture.
Wow.
And he's from Finland. And see, in Finland and in Norway and Denmark and Holland and all of those places, we were there privy to the Europeans coming out of the caves. So I'm gonna quit and stop that right now. But we're gonna go on to the historical facts pertaining to food. I don't want to get too involved,
I got a, I
but
got a, I
so
got a couple
I'm
questions for you,
showing.
sis. Can you hear me? Can
Yes,
you hear
sir.
me?
Yes,
First
yes.
of all, how do I pronounce your name, sister?
Yemaya,
Yamaya.
Yemaya.
Yamaya.
Yem,
Yemaya.
Okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
I want to make sure I say it correctly because I've been following you for years, but we ain't never really have a real good conversation where I ask you how to pronounce that. So I want to make sure I'm right.
They call me Yemaya Oshun now. I have
Yemayama
elevated in the
Shun.
Yoruba as Oshun because I use sweet water to do my work.
Okay.
Mm,
So I'm the
Okay.
Sweetwater goddess. Yemonja, because
I love it.
before I had to use salt water to wash the babies and to clear the space, the mothers and children, and to heal our community with the concept of salt water. The ocean. Without that ocean, we wouldn't be here. We have salt that
Yes.
clears our eyes, our nasal cavities, and
mm,
helps to keep us electrified so that we can continue to absorb the necessary minerals and vitamins and all of the things that we need. We have to have a little sodium in our bodies. You feel me? So
yeah.
when they elevated me to Oshun, it was because I kept feeding everybody. I kept
Okay.
making sure that, and you know what? I didn't feed them the normality, the normal. I saw people that had been eating what people quote unquote said was normal, and their bodies were broke out. They had eczema. Their hair was falling out. It was affecting their teeth. The mucus levels in their body were high, and
Wow.
I went from being a child that grew up on a farm, many farms, because Nicodemus is controlled by all black Indians, as we could say.
What is
And
Nicodemus? What is Nicodemus, sis?
Nicodemus, Kansas.
Mm,
Okay. All right.
So I am an indigenous original by way of the United States, which some people will call Native American, but I am also Yoruba from my mother's father's side, uh, from Oshogbo, from Ifa,
So
Nigeria.
you embrace both cultures.
I better.
Okay. I
I'm a
love
yes.
it.
medicine
I
woman.
love it. I love it.
I'm a
Yes.
medicine woman. I got to
An
walk
elder.
the walk that was given me. And
An
my
elder.
reality is I'm my mother and father's only child. So I was given much as they give me. Everybody made sure contributed and had me out in the soil, on the tractor, where the horses were. I watched all the animal husbandry. And I didn't realize until I came to California that we had been doing not only Native American traditional traditions, but we had also been doing Yoruba sacrifices, how to bleed your animal and make sure there's no anxiety in the animal, to groom them a
Wow.
certain way with love and all of those things. And so I watched little puppies being born. They look like little rats. I mean, I've seen every aspect. My reality was that I wanted to be a vegan, born to be a vegetarian. I couldn't handle
Hmm.
being around that. My body
Okay.
just didn't permit. Yeah,
I got a
yeah.
question for you, sis. Um, because the family is in good health, you're in good health. Can you give us a diet, certain things that we should eat? Give us a plan, like I don't know, maybe a methodology
Or
for
something
some
that we should
advice.
have
Yes.
something like a staple that we should have all the time, like something that we should
Yeah.
have all the time, like that we should keep in
Fruit and
our
vegetables. But we have to watch out for, like, some people can't do the nightshades. That's eggplant, bell pepper, stuff like that come from the nightshade family. Some people's bodies can't handle it, and then tomato comes from the nightshade family
Mm.
also. So I use tomato on the exterior aspect of my body. I try not to ingest too much tomato if I can help it. The
What do you
acidity
mean?
level is high.
Exterior?
So what do you mean by like the nightshade? I'm sorry,
On my
we don't know.
skin, okay, my
Oh,
skin. I use it on my skin, exterior aspect of my body.
wow.
My
Okay, nightshade.
dermis, my dermis, because it'll
Okay.
heal a burn and those
Hmm.
kind of things. Yeah, tomato
Gotcha.
can heal a burn. If you open a fresh tomato when you get burnt and put that on there and just leave that and then change it and put a fresh piece on, you won't have a whole lot of scarring. See,
Wow.
we were
Okay.
taught at first. Some people thought that you're supposed to put put some butter.
Yeah, that's what
Some
I
of
was
them,
told. Yeah.
that what all that does is add to the sizzle of the
You're
situation.
not lying,
So
because I've done that before. It cooked my skin.
yes, because it was like you just put cooking oil on a hot
Mhm.
spot.
I did it one time,
So
never did it again.
yeah, so papaya,
Right.
cucumber, peaches, nectarines, um, uh, uh, depends. That's less acidic, but the tomato it cools the whole situation. Fresh
Wow.
tomato. Hmm.
Wow. Okay. Wow, I've never
I'm
heard
loving
that.
this
Thank you. Me
advice.
too.
So,
Thank you so much.
all right. So, dark shade. Give me an idea of these dark shade
Night,
fruits
night,
and
nightshade,
nightshade.
Yeah, nightshade.
All right,
eggplant,
nightshade.
tomato,
Hmm.
bell pepper, the green. Yeah, they come from the nightshade family.
What are
Okay.
the opposite of nightshades?
Oh, okay. So nightshade is toxic. So it's like poison, for real poison to some people. So the opposite would be the fruits, non-citrus.
Mm-hmm.
Non-citrus. Okay, give me an
Non-citrus
idea
because
of
the
those.
citrus gives you. Okay, so nectarine, peach, um, nectarine, apricot. Those are like and papaya
Mm-hmm.
and
Papaya.
dragon fruit. The yellow one is the best. Ooh, they can have the red one as far as I'm concerned. They just taste like water.
Oh,
The
yeah.
yellow one has got that sweet honey taste,
Okay. Okay. The
Yes.
dragon. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, dragon fruit. So when I used to go out
The
and
yellow. I
farm,
think we got the yellow one, babe.
Say that
yeah.
again.
So when I used to, okay,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. No, go ahead, yeah.
No, I think Lazarus is about to say something.
No,
I just said
Oh,
that we had the yellow one before. The yellow one. It is sweet. It is very sweet.
one of
in
the biggest
comparison.
one
Hmm.
of the biggest questions I gotta ask, because a lot of people, they run to, advice of, what's on YouTube. They run to advice of what's on from the doctors, but they don't run to the advice to their elders. You know, we been had a lot of remedies for years. We've been had a lot of things that would heal us from certain things
Hmm.
that we were going through. Not saying that we had it all, but I know we had that something, to not have us going to the hospital the way that we're going to the hospital.
We were the hospital, sweetie. We were
We
the
were a
doctors.
hospital.
We were the nurses. We were the doctors. We were the nutritionists. We were the chiropractors. We were the veterinarians. Because guess what? We were forced to do all of that work. And the
Mm.
thing is, because we were
Mm.
forced to do it with no instruction, we had to make our own instructions and we had to find out uh, 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 what things certain people's body could do. Okay, it was like we couldn't have fresh milk, so we had to have sour milk, so we made cheese. Okay,
Wow.
Go
uh,
ahead. Go ahead.
you know,
You gave us sour milk. We gonna make cheese. I
we
Yeah.
gonna
like
make
that,
cheese.
and it
You know what
become
I'm
a
saying?
commodity. Ooh, go
There
ahead,
you
sis.
go. When we start thinking
about
about the herbal medicines that our flowers bring, I can show
Mhm.
you some. I could actually take you outside to my garden, but is this too close?
no, we can see
No,
some.
babe, make her bigger on the screen so everyone can see it.
Let me see.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm hi.
So the only thing that's not edible is the iris. These are all edible. My snapdragon's edible. You know, it's imperative that we have those flowers because not only that, they bring forth the bees and everything. You know. So these are some more pictures I'm just bringing into fruition. We know that our onions and shallots are all used as medicine for our lungs and for cough.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Pumpkin can be used as a form of, what do you call it, laxative that's going to have enough fiber in it for you to be able to move people's bodies that haven't been moved. You can eat it
Go ahead.
raw in a salad. You can eat the leaves for
Mm.
any forms of indigestion or anything like that. The flowers are definitely edible.
Yes.
Snapdragons, they use them on cakes and decorative things, but the decoration is edible. They couldn't put it on the cake if it wasn't edible, except for those, anything with wax.
Right.
So we know how important it's going to be for us to eat the flowers, the leaves, the stems, and the fruit or the vegetable.
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
And so
Yes.
here's some of my chard, my rainbow chard,
Oh, okay.
and then some herbs.
Wow.
Yeah. So the other aspect is musical instruments. We can make musical instruments with the calabash gourd. We can use them for
Calabash.
containers.
You said calabash?
I said the calabash gourd.
Yes.
Yes.
We got calabash.
Yes.
Do you make the drink from the calabash?
I haven't, but what I do is I grow them and I make, of course, my shakere
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
wow.
Oh my goodness. From the
Wow.
and
calabash?
yes, from the calabash gourd. And then
Whoa.
Wow.
also the kalimba and the banjo,
OMG.
Hey, we see that.
OG. OMG.
all from the calabash
Wow.
gourd. So
Oh.
you grow them, let them dry for one whole year, and then
Uh-huh.
go back through and just sand them, cut them, and clean them up. And then
We got a
here's the
calabash core we got one of those in the house.
Yeah.
What I did was when I went to Puerto Rico, what I did was
mhm.
I was on the sacred land and I got some calabash from the sacred land. Me and my queen, we came home, we took the core out, we boiled the calabash, the core.
Yes.
It comes out purple. The liquid comes out purple when you boil
Yeah.
it.
We drank
And
that.
then you strain it. We
Yeah, we
drank it
strained
for
it.
Okay.
about like 2 weeks. It was like a
Oh,
cleansing.
you let it ferment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we put it in the refrigerator and stuff like that. But what we did
Oh,
was
y'all up here making some wine and things, huh?
I don't know. It wasn't wine. We didn't put no sugar, no
No,
nothing.
it was
We
no, but
just it was bitter. It
it
tastes
was bitter.
like
It did taste
flour.
like a wine, like a
I
strong.
ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie
it
to you.
did.
That calabash tastes like straight flour when we drank it. It
It
tastes
was
like a
chalky.
flour.
It was chalky.
Yeah,
Like
it
a
was
flower.
weird.
It
It
to me
It had
tastes
a
it tastes
floral taste.
to
yeah, it
me
tastes like go ahead.
well to me it tastes like a bitter wine. This would it reminded me of something really strong, like a bitter wine, like a dark wine, like a red dark wine without the alcohol. That's what it
And I
reminded
ain't
me of.
gonna
That's
Mm.
what it
hold
tastes
you.
like
That
to me.
calabash was like coffee.
Yes, we drank it every
Oh,
morning.
We drank
We
that
and
drank
joint
it every
every.
guess
We
what?
morning.
drank a
And it
little cup
plant.
of
Look
it,
at
just a little cup
had
of
you
it.
spinning. Wait a minute. So what it did was it gave you energy and moved your bowels.
Sure
Is
did.
that what you're
It
saying?
Yes,
sure did. It
yes,
did.
ma'am.
It yes it
What am I
did.
talking
Yes
It
it
about?
was
did.
purple. It
Okay, I
came out
told you.
purple. The drink came
Yes,
out purple.
Yes.
yes.
Yes. It did.
When you get things young and green, you can do that. Usually by the time we see a calabash gourd, it's brown already. We haven't, that's why it's imperative for us to grow our own food. That way we can see it go through all the different cycles from the seed to the little fine plant to, so you can identify the leaves, the stem, the seed, the fruit, Hey.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Wow.
Talk about it. Wow. Wow. So, sis, where are you at, may I ask?
I'm actually in Sacramento, California.
Okay, so you're growing this food in Sacramento?
I'm growing in a part of Sacramento. I'm growing in actually, I've grown from, ooh, God, I've grown from Placer County all the way to Solano and what do you call San Joaquin County. I started in the Bay Area growing when I was going to college in San Francisco because I was like, Mom, they don't even have yards here, She was like, oh, don't pay no attention. So I started doing rooftop gardening.
Okay, I know that's right. Go
I
ahead.
started doing rooftop gardening because
Go
San
ahead.
Francisco's
Talk
kind of
about
like
it.
that. And then between Fillmore and Divisadero, I put in a garden in a community garden, edible landscape. When in 1977, 78, 79, I was working there in San Francisco, putting in the first community garden there since the 1940s, and took one of those vacant lots that they had needles and condoms, and everybody was doing everything, had thrown their bottle, all that. We cleaned that up, made it into edible landscape, and what they wanted to do, make it into a strip mall. But we had already, this is, not having respect for Mother Earth. San Francisco, it's Hunters Point is on a rock, so that's the most stable place in San Francisco. Rest of San Francisco, when Mother gets tired of them, she's just gonna wash their ass away. Oh, shut up, yay. Okay, so you know what I mean? Yeah. So they're now trying to take Hunters Point from the poor Black people that they forced to go live there. You know what I'm saying? Because there are places in San Francisco you couldn't live. Places in Sacramento you couldn't live. And so when I came back from college and I was living actually in North Oakland, Berkeley, we had big stuff. We had big gardens in the backyard. We was hippies, as they called us, or whatever. I wasn't on that plane. All I know is that that's when my grandmother, my great grandmother, my great great grandmother was all the way back to before they even.
Hey sis,
came.
I got a question for you. So we don't know about growing food, right? Let's say we're just getting into growing food. We want to do it. We're enthusiastic. We yes, we want to have sustainable life.
Yes.
Question: can you give us three things that we can start growing? That will be easy for us. And can you give us a method to grow the food as well? And then
okay, I'm gonna start with the method first. Okay, you see, this little baby is 4 years old. This is 3 generations of growers. These little people, if the little people can get down and get with it, take the weeds out, shake them out, put them to the side, and start to soften the soil with their little hands. They know how to compost because guess what? They know what they like to eat. So, we compost everything, all the raw vegetables, no cooked anything. So we have to have a bucket for composting. It's really imperative because our worms have to work for us. They work with us. You know what? We could actually open the soil like these babies are doing, right? Turn around and put compost on the top and then put your seeds in, and without a whole lot of water because the compost is going to keep the soil moist.
Yes, ma'am.
So radishes is the fastest vegetable to grow.
Yes, ma'am.
I have to say that the onions, some of the root vegetables, it takes longer for them to grow because they're underground.
Okay. Okay.
It takes them almost a good 8 months to come up, so that way they're usable and sellable. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Mushrooms, they come up whenever they want to, honey.
Okay.
You know, they come up where they want to, as long as your soil is good.
Okay.
And pumpkins, we know it takes them about, I say 5 months to start being at least close to edible. And then, but you can eat the leaves and the flowers the whole time.
Okay.
Our greens come up really fast.
Greens.
Yes, any forms of winter vegetables, any forms of greens. But here in California, we can grow greens at least 3 separate sessions a year. So, because our weather is mild, the herbs, you can grow them continuously as long as you know have them in depends on which herb, but most of them, they're so hardy they hardly take water. Yeah. And you can grow in bags, but the bags are so permeable, means that the water runs through them so fast till you have to have something to catch the water. So the grow bags literally sit in the water and reabsorb the water that you've watered it with. So you don't have to water as often. Succulents all day long you can grow. All day long, you know. People don't realize that nopales or cactus, any jade plant, any of the succulents can be eaten raw. It can be blended in smoothie. It
Give me
can
a succulent.
literally.
Give me a couple succulents besides aloe.
Okay. Let's see. Besides aloe, it's nopales. Or the cactus with all the thorns, the big round cactuses. You get the small tender ones.
Is a dragon fruit
It's a succulent.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, a dragon fruit is a succulent. I'm gonna walk outside because now I gotta show y'all a little bit of succulent, you guys. Here's some baby succulents, some Christmas tree cactus. And jade plant, that's all edible. This plant here.
Oh my goodness, what am I gonna do with a jade plant?
What you're gonna do is you can cut it up, put it in a salad, or you can put it in the blender with your other fruit.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it augments the water and gives you the fiber, and it has all the healing qualities that you need.
Yes, ma'am.
What
about agave root?
Oh, I love it. But agave is such a big plant until because you got to take the water and the root from a huge grown plant. Yeah. So I'm walking you through my yard. So I have peach. This is pineapple sage. Oregano. I got a lot of plants coming up. Of course, you guys know what this is. Everybody should know this one.
You're getting me hungry right now.
These are pomegranates.
No.
And I tried. Yes, I actually try to keep my trees shorter than me, or at least just right at my height. I don't even my fruit trees. So this is orange.
Wow.
Why you say you keep them at your height? How do you do that?
Guess what? Look at me. You see?
You're the goddess. You're the goddess. You know how to do your plants like that. I get it.
So what you do is you top them. You top them. So this is key lime. Nectarine.
Get it.
Baby, and these nectarines ain't no joke either. Okay.
Get it, sis. Get it, sis.
It ain't no joke.
No, in fact, I just picked off all the curly leaves. I literally took 2 days to pick because we're dealing with some fungus out here with some of the peach nectarine trees and apricot trees. Yeah, and this is my plum, but I haven't gotten any food from it yet. Here's my pear. Last year I got one pear. This year my tree is packed, baby. But you know what? I put that 5 pounds of sugar at the base of the tree, sweetie.
What?
What?
Really?
Yeah, see, we can't do the sugar, but they can.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
And so
you
here's my
teaching us
apple.
something. Wow.
My apple is so packed down right now. I don't
Oh
even.
my God. She
I'm
got
just
the
gonna have me an
whole. You got it
orchard out
all.
front.
You got it all.
And so these are my chrysanthemums for me to have some edibles for my salad. My cabbage and some spinach. There's my snapdragons. They pretty, but they edible.
That. That is beautiful.
And
And
here's my pansies.
you wonder why her people's living to 105. Do y'all eat this
With some
food?
cauliflower, y'all, with the flowers and all, huh?
Sister
Sweet.
Yamanya Oshun, do you everyone in the family eats this food all the time?
Well, I'm the only one who's preparing food.
Mm. Wow.
So that's the answer.
Yes.
That's the answer.
I'm sorry. I got a telephone call. I'm supposed to be someplace else too. So, we got to sneak and get some of these because they said these are illegal to pick.
Oh.
What? What?
Well, poppies.
Man, she feeding us. She feeding us food for thought.
Yes.
She blowing up on her phone right now. That's what's
Yeah,
going
that's
on.
what it is.
Shout
Yeah, I
out to the
remember.
elder sister Yamanya Oshun.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys got it? Am I
Yeah.
still
No, we
there?
didn't. We're
Yes, you are.
here. We're
We are
here.
here.
We're here. Feed us.
Oh, yeah, because
Some
people
more.
keep trying to call me, honey.
Okay.
I told them I was doing something. So these are my
Yeah.
edibles. And you see all the beautiful colors? We have to remember that the color red, the color yellow, the color orange, those are imperative for us to eat. We have to have color in our skin. We are melanites. Our melanin is worth more than gold right now. Okay.
Wow.
So this is just the front part. I just got done putting in corn and everything in my back. My back is a great big old city park kind of like thing. But someone just offered me over here. This is the beginning. You guys are going to see it at the beginning, but I'm growing pumpkins in here and cucumbers. So this is going to be all pumpkins and cucumbers here. I put pumpkins and squash on that side. So this is just the beginning of that part. This is the front yard. This is not even the backyard. And of course, you guys know about citronella. I got to have that at the front door,
Yeah,
right?
I love vanilla. Yeah.
Sister Yamanya Oshun, you make use of your whole yard. Everything
That's
that
what
you
it's
have,
about.
you make use
That's
of
what
it.
it's about. Yes, that's what it's about.
It's
I'm
really
amazed.
important.
Your homestead. Yes.
Yeah, you got to make it wherever you are a place
Yeah.
that you can work. And that's why I started working with the senior citizens, because some of them are stuck in mobile home parks and they're stuck in. So this is my backyard. No, I was just showing them the yard and stuff. So I'm still in the process of working. I got some food going on here, but it's easier for me to work in the front. So at this particular place, because I'm usually putting in gardens and everything for everybody else. But this is the only way I can have mine. Mine got to be right where I can get to it.
You just showing off with it in the front yard, sister. Sister,
Wow, you know what I'm
you
talking
showing
about.
off. Go ahead now. I really love what you giving us. Like you really inspire us to do better. To be honest, I'm gonna say that.
Well,
You
well, the
inspire us to do
main thing
better.
is if we could work together, like you all talk about all the time. That's why I be doing my little interjection thing. I have to make sure I let you guys know I'm present so that
Yeah.
I hear you, I feel you, I'm checking you, okay? You know, if we don't come together, quote unquote, the females all come together to work together, to put
That's
our
right.
minds, our intellectual property together without us having to worry about whether somebody gonna go and give it away to the white folks. I'm gonna shut up. But you feel me? Now
Yeah.
this is me. This is me at 16.
Wow.
Okay.
Look at that. Wow.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And then you guys know her.
That's you.
Yeah. And this is my queen, my daughter.
Okay.
That's me with my cousins back home in Nicodemus when I represent the women of our clan.
Ashe.
And when I come home, they put me at the front of the parade. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I know that's right.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
that's my great grandson.
Really? Wow.
I have 3 of them.
You a legend. You a legend in the hood, sis.
Am I?
You a
This is when I
legend.
traveled
I
with
know
the
you a
Buffalo
legend.
Soldiers, the ones
Okay.
that weren't my bloodline.
Mm.
Mm, mm. Talk about it. Talk about it.
So that's how, you know what? It's imperative that we walk as a unit. It's imperative that we think and flow like the blood in our systems. We're at the point now that folks that finally woke up after I've been woke since I was like 7 or 8. That's some hard stuff to walk that one. So it was safer for me to be in the garden, in the soil, because then that way I didn't have to be under attack. Folks weren't trying to take my physical being. They weren't. Some of the people were having a problem with the fact that I articulate well. Well, il parle français, sprechen Sie Deutsch, habla español como tú quieres. So it depends on where I'm at to how I have to communicate. You know what I'm saying?
Hey sis, I
The
got a
Latin.
question with you with that. Because I see that you represent, the indigenous people of this land. Now, seems like it is almost like sometimes a feud between Caribbean indigenous people and northern indigenous people when it comes to headdresses, when it comes to certain tribal clothing. How do you feel about that as an elder? Because I feel as though it's like a dissension. It's separating us as indigenous people.
Willie
How do
Lynch
you
did a
feel about
wonderful
that?
job, didn't he?
Go ahead.
Willie Lynch did a wonderful job and taught them to do a wonderful job generationally. Willie Lynch is over 400 years. Here we are still dealing with dissension amongst ourselves over the way our physical bodies look, over the way our regalia is, or our sacred wear, over the way we wear our crowns, our hair. For a long time, when I realized that the Muslims were under attack, I'm not gonna lie to you, I quit wearing my gele. But my mama tell you all day long, she a Hebrew Israelite. She was born one. Her great grandmother was German. Boom, boom, boom. She be breaking down the Jew and the whole thing. And I said, but mom, we're still the original. She says, yes. She says, but my grandmother told me in order for me to survive long term, I was going to have to remember that I hold a secret. And I kept saying, what is the secret, grandma? My, what is the secret? I mean, because I didn't know that my skin was lighter than other people. I didn't realize that me having hair that grew to my butt was a different dimension from other quote unquote melanites. I had no idea why I was always under attack. Well, guess what? When born and chosen to do sacred work, it's a part of your strengthening. That's what I had to come to grips with, because everyone is not at the same caliber as you. You don't make a distinction until you have to for your own personal survival. Most of the time we see people by their skin and, oh my God, they're black. I'm so glad. Whoa, 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 And then you get there and you start talking, oops, I just went over their head. Oh, they're mad at me. Oops, okay. So, I had to just find my solace in mother. See, being able to walk with mother with no shoes on and none of and wearing cotton and letting the wind flow, flow through your clothing and your hair, and not having your face so packed down with makeup till you can't even feel a breeze, or one tear and all of a sudden you see all of this. No, we have to keep our pores open. Put some papaya on your skin if you want to go outside and you think you have UV rays that are going to burn you. Use what comes natural. We have to use what mother gave us in order for us to survive.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I got. Let me see. One more question for you, sis, because you are cooking. You are really cooking. However you want to go with this. How far as the elders are concerned, at what point should we start eating certain things like because a lot of people are getting sick and stuff like that. At what point should we that are signs for us to start really either go to the doctors or either start eating different things? Can you tell us about certain signs that are really fallout from our body?
Mucus is number one. Your mucus level. Always check your mucus level after you've eaten something. If your mucus level is a lot, then that means that whatever you think back to what you just ate and how it affects you. If you start spitting heavy mucus immediately, that's something you don't want. Okay? Mucus is our killer. And Dr. Sabies, when he was here, he would tell you the same thing. Mucus does not love us. It will take us out. Take our joints out. Take our ligaments out. Literally clog our lungs and our nasal passages. Clog our ears, bring headaches and migraines. When you start to feel those things, you got to start checking to see what you ate. Some people eat some sugar, it be good, man. Next thing you know, they then dive down. Not only have they died, but they got a massive headache. They feel like they're drunk. They actually have to go to sleep because they don't have a choice, or else they're miserable. Like, say for instance, if I go eat ice cream, dairy. I'm going to go dairy. If I go eat ice cream, oh my God, did I want to be 6 months pregnant again? Oh, no, and gassy.
That's me too.
And gassy. Wait a minute. I call myself giving myself a treat. I'm going to go to 31 flavors with my homegirl, right? And, oh man, I was so excited because I hadn't had a milkshake in, oh my God, in decades, right? So I figured, oh gosh, I'll be able to do this. My black ass almost died. Okay?
I'm gonna try to do this.
But no, I'm with her on. I had the same issue.
I almost died. I had diarrhea, vomiting. The gas was trapped. I had to tell my girlfriend put her elbow in my navel, sweetie, to help release my intestinal tract so the gas wouldn't kill me. You feel me?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you haven't done dairy in decades, I literally had quit eating meat at age 12 because I was in and out of the hospital, in and out of the hospital, and I was dying because I was trying to eat everything else everybody ate, and it just wasn't feasible for my lungs. It made me an asthmatic, a massive one. I could smell the stuff cooking and have to leave not only the room but the house. You know, when they was making chitlins and whoop whoop. Okay,
It's hard. I'm
and
gonna say this though, sister Emmanuel Shun. Like, you know, me and my wife, we just made the step, you know, to start, you know, not eating meat. I would say we've been doing this for about 8 months now,
Yeah.
8 or 9 months. It's not easy for a lot of people. Can you give us like a plan? I don't know if cold turkey is the plan or if a shock
no,
treatment.
no.
Can you give us a
Gradually.
plan?
Take one meat out at a time, gradually.
Okay, you see the width of my. Oh, I'm gonna find this camera. Okay, the width of my fingers.
Yes, ma'am.
Start
Yes.
with 2 pieces that size. Period for your meal.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay.
And just take 2 pieces because you know how wide you put your pointer and your middle finger together.
Mhm.
And
Yes,
so, as far as that thick, well, I gotta fix it. Okay, there we go. To the left. Okay,
Mhm.
that size, and then this wide. And start with 2, and literally cut every. Okay, if you're gonna feed a large family, then what you do, if you gotta have, you guys said you're gonna have steak, you cut it like the Asians do. I mean, I cut that shit so thin, it was paper thin. And then, excuse me, I didn't mean to say thin. Okay, cut it paper thin, and then cut it smaller in smaller portions. That way, everybody gets some protein, but they're not eating a whole hind quarter or something like that. You know,
So we
because
get off of
then
it like that, wing off like that. All
yeah,
right.
and yeah, with small portions, small bite
What
size.
about vegetables that can supplement the idea of it? Because we want a full meal. Like, let's say,
Jackfruit.
let's say
Jackfruit. Yeah.
a
Jackfruit.
general sis, like a general meal, like what's on our plate. You know, do we have 3 things on our plate? Do we have 2 things on our plate? How does a plate work like that?
Well, I'd say make sure that you had your green leafy, and I'm not talking about broccoli.
Oh.
Because that can gas. Yeah, well, some folks be gassy. You know, everybody can't. Bam. Okay. So, and those are kind of a man-made type of vegetable that was made, you know, with mixing cauliflower and some other things. So, say for instance, you know, if you want something that has that meat texture, there's a couple ways to do it. Always incorporate either a yam in each meal per person, because yams have the most vitamins per capita than all the other vegetables. And we used to only eat them on Sunday as a dessert. But actually, they have more vitamins than everything.
Oh, get your yam game up. Get your yam game up.
Yeah. I love it.
And
That's
the
a win
other
for
thing
me.
is, yeah, to do the baked potato, boiled potato. Leave the oils out. You know,
Yes, ma'am.
and if I have to honestly say, so any potato, only one starch though. Okay, only one starch, and make it large enough so that they can get full off of the potato. You have your green leafy vegetables that are raw, and then you have your cooked vegetables that have really been blanched, more or less. You know, but they're cut up small enough that blanching them, you can blanch them fast. Put your seasoning, garlic, onions,
What do you
shallots.
mean blanching? Blanching.
I just she explained it. I know what it is. Go ahead. I'm gonna let her explain it.
Steam. Yeah, steam. So you steam it just slightly. Some people still like the crunch. And it just depends on you, but you don't want it so it's like, you know, like baby food. Okay.
And you know how
But
how the broccoli is still firm. It's really
Yes,
still
ma'am.
kind of have a firm to it. And it's not really, blanched. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Cool.
And so that way you get your starch and you get your sugar by way of natural starch. And then, juice you some carrot, beet, celery, and apple. You know what I'm saying? Put you some cayenne and turmeric
Carrots,
in
beets,
there.
celery, and apple. That's a
Hmm.
lethal combination right
What is
there.
it? Say it again.
That's a clean
Celery.
out combination. And it calms your nerves. It
I
gives you
love it.
keratin,
I think
vitamin
you do.
C, vitamin A, so we're clean. So we're actually cleansing our body
I'm gonna drink
because
that juice too. That's nice.
fruits, yeah, fruits cleanse and
Mm-hmm.
vegetables heal.
Wow. Cruise cleanse. Cruise cleanse. Put that in there. Yeah.
And vegetables heal.
Oh my goodness, you are snapping out. You are snapping out. You're...
This is what I love to do. I love to teach. I can't even help myself. You gave me the opportunity to teach. You asked me, so I was trying to bring it.
You gave me the opportunity to listen. To be
Yes.
honest, you gave me the opportunity to listen.
Yeah.
You know,
You know what? I have to honestly say I'm very impressed by your strength for you to be able to make comebacks like the Phoenix over and over again.
Mm.
thank you.
I have an inner and overstanding of that as a single mother, grandmother, and great grandmother. I have watched, the women of our family stand to be there all their time, leave, I'm thankful for all of my bloodline and how they chose to give me every aspect of them. I'm happy to express myself with this aspect, but I have a multitude of others that I can share also. Um, so, everything is used as indigenous and Africans, we used everything from the root to the stem to the seed to make beautiful jewelry, to make musical instruments, to make clothing, to make blankets.
Mm-hmm.
We use the fibers from the earth to make our baskets so that we can carry our foods and have a place for our babies to sleep, for our hats, for us to wear, and our fezzes. The original fezzes were hand woven first. So when we start thinking about our soil is also been used for the pregnant women to get the iron that they needed, they would eat the soil, the black soil, so that if they were missing iron or calcium, it's all there. The gold and silver is in the soil already. All we have to do is know when and what we're supposed to do. you know Use the red clay with some egg and golden seal and myrrh for your
Go.
facial.
Wow.
Golden seal myrrh and some egg and some aloe vera, and put that on and heal. If you get a sunburn, you can use the tomato, right? But if our fairer skinned melanites sometimes sunburn a whole lot more, and you can use a raw egg on there, and there will be no pain after. So there's things that we have that we look at one way. We look at them, just to eat them internally. There's a lot of external things because we have to remember that our dermis, internal and external dermis, our skin is the largest organ on and in our body.
Ashe. Mm-hmm.
So again, that's funny. So if you put the wrong thing on your skin, like conch and perm and dye, guess what? That goes directly into your cranial. It goes directly into your spinal column. It disperses throughout your vanules and arteries. It's coming through the skin.
Wow.
People say, "Oh no, I smoke crack, but I just do it in this corner in here in the house. Well, my baby is here. So guess what? Every breath that they take, and as they walk past you when you go to hug them and stuff, they smelling all that goes right into their little skin and other people's skin. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
I
I
don't need
never
to
thought
go
about it
there.
like that.
Yes. Yes.
Cause we
That's
share
just
the
like
breath with people. We share breath with people. People
Yes.
breathe around us.
all
Yes.
the time.
Yes. Wow.
So cigarette smokers, they think that can't nobody smell them. And man, they be so loud, you be like, damn, you know? They don't realize that they just gave you, secondhand smoke,
Mm-hmm.
and then they want to hug your baby and put their fingers and hands in the baby. Oh, it's so cute. Well, dang, you're stinking. Okay, step on that, man. We don't
Right.
do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's a lot that we have to re-educate and educate and expose people to and remind them. So those four things are imperative. We're reminding those who forgot, re-educating the ones who got some of the education but didn't get it all. We are exposing those who've never ever even intended to be around. And then guess what? We just outright teaching, period.
I like that.
Mm.
Wow.
You cooking it up. What about prayer and meditation? Um, what do you think about that? Like, far as like, what, what, should we follow a circadian rhythm with prayer and meditation, just like how people eat as well?
Well, you know
Because
what? I believe that, okay, so we're going to go back to the garden.
Okay.
When I walk into the soil of my garden with my bare feet and ground myself, I can't help but pray and be in meditative state. So when things are hard for me or people then just acted a fool and all that, I go out to the garden because I can
Mm-hmm.
sing with mother.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel mother. Mother literally takes the pain off of me, literally will take the anxiety out my being. And you just go into a natural meditative state when you get on the rhythm of what it is that you're supposed to be doing with mother, you
Yeah.
know and that's
Yeah.
why I do. This was my meditative place. Is that too
Mm-hmm.
close?
yeah, bring it back a little bit. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I literally took a flat landscape, and when I finished with it, you could eat from it. You could go walk past in prayer, and do. It was like you could feel everything. It made you could smell the jasmine and the honeysuckles and the gardenias that were there because all of those and wisteria. I had three different types of wisteria. So you had all these natural perfumes. So it adds the atmospheric and then the visual atmosphere to have the wind be able to blow through the leaves of your plants and watch them dance with the wind and the rain. Hey, guess what? And the sun, because they turn toward the sun to so that they can get what they want. If you ever watch a whole field of sunflowers, they all turn at once and you be like, dang, I just saw them over on that side. They you know
Yeah.
what, they're alive.
Yes.
They're alive. Our plant life is alive and it adds life to us. So if you are engaged in farming, in gardening, it's a place to take those deep breaths that you didn't even realize you had been holding your breath all this time. But when you get out there, you start to take those deep inner breaths because you finally found a safe place to be.
Mm-hmm.
Meditation, yes.
You
Yes.
said you didn't
Yes.
realize you was holding your breath the
Breath the
whole
whole time.
time.
Deep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
question. You know, I was growing cucumbers and stuff like that, and I asked another brother about this question about cucumbers, how they like to take over the garden. Do you know
They're
about
supposed
plant?
to.
Do you know about plant companions?
You said who?
Plant companions, like plants that I can grow with the cucumber, or should I
Yeah, well,
just
you can always grow corn and beans. All of
corn?
those come from the squash family. Any forms of squash. Only thing you do not grow watermelons, any forms of melons with squash family. Otherwise, the melons won't be sweet.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the squash takes over, just like you just said.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have to run. They can't. They're runners, you know.
they're
But the
runners.
way the Hmong, yeah, the way the Hmong men and Laotian do it, the Filipinos, they make these like little trellises, so that the plant literally grows up onto the trellis and then hangs down,
Okay.
and then that way it runs still, but it don't run all over your yard.
Okay, I've seen those. They go like an awning almost. They kind of like just let it run up on that, let it grow that way.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
You hear
That
that?
was
You hear
that
that?
was fire
You hear that,
advice.
King? Okay.
That was fire advice right there. Whew,
Mm-hmm.
whew.
Well, get it up off the ground too, so that way you can water the roots instead of watering the fruit. And see, we have to be careful with that too. When you water like tomatoes, you want to water the ground. You don't want to water the fruit, because on some fruits, water literally starts the molding process. If it's organic or natural, the
Huh?
molding process starts. And sometimes people lose their crops because the mold takes over.
Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am. That was super advice.
Yeah.
That was some super advice.
Yeah, so our main thing is to make sure our roots are saturated, unless it is a fern fennel. See,
Mm-hmm.
ferns are edible too. The round part before it stretches out, and they're in the little like snail like part before they start to stretch out. That's edible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Know that.
So when you go to Asians' houses, they have all these beautiful ferns at their house.
Yeah.
They got bamboo, they got ferns, because they're going to eat the inside of that bamboo. They're going to use it to hold their plants up. They're going to use it to make musical instruments. They're going to use it to keep people out. There's a lot.
Mm.
Whoa. Whoa.
Wow.
This is some fire information. All right. All right. What else? Queen, you got any questions for her?
No, I mean,
I've
you've
been
been asking really good questions. And I mean, she's giving them so much information. I'm soaking this all in. Wow. I missed you. I,
yeah, she wanted to get you on the show.
yes, I
She was
missed
like,
you.
we gotta get Sister Emmanuel in the show, man.
Yes.
She was really like, where did she go? She was looking for you. I didn't know what happened. I was like hoping everything was all right
You
with
know what
you.
happened? I actually did a workforce development program from April of last year to November. So I
Okay.
had 5 cohorts of young people, 2 cohorts. I started a school called the Sacramento Sustainability Academy. And the age of my students were from 16 to 30. And they could have been incarcerated or, been in coming out of incarceration. I wanted to make sure that they could get a food safe certificate.
Go
They could
ahead.
get a CPR and first aid. They will be able to get HVAC,
Go ahead.
heating and air conditioning certificates. I wanted them to be able to see with the Forestry Academy how they set the seeds, how they identify them, how they store them, how they, gather them, how they grow the, because they caught all of our trees, well, a lot of our trees on fire. you know, so we couldn't sell the lumber from the state of California. But I'm gonna go there too, because you know, folks wanted the money, they wanted to control us, and so that's the way I look at it. Okay, street perspective and commodities. We also took them to PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric. We took them to SMUD, the medicinal water company, so that they could see face value, hands-on, what people were doing. I was teaching young people to be linemen so they would learn how to work with electricity. I'm kind of doing irrigation. We built a whole tiny home project called Safe Harbor, and that's for displaced families and mothers with children. I was putting ADA accessible walkways in, and pergolas and porches, windows, and this building.
You was putting in work.
That's why, you know what?
That's where I was putting in work.
Yeah.
Putting in work.
Yeah.
Teaching other people.
Yeah.
Teaching them edible landscaping. We taught them about the medicine herbs. You know, I put together a tour of the community gardens that I had worked with and we're still working with. And right now I'm working with the African American Women's Health Legacy program with CalFresh, which is the food stamp program. The University of California, Davis, Berkeley, San Francisco, all the way down to Southern Cal, and then yes to college. And yeah, the USDA Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP. Okay, so this is one of my programs that's coming up on May 18th.
Okay.
What is it? We can't see it. We can't see it. May 18th. All right, 2000.
Program for African American.
You putting in
Seniors.
real work.
Okay, yep.
You putting in real work.
So I actually, at one point for the state of California, was Northern California's champion mom. And then I became the champion mom for both the Latino campaign and the African American campaign. And I kept asking, why you put me in the Latino? They said, because they call you Championa Leona, Championa Leona. I was like, oh, what? I was like, oh, I don't know nothing about this. But they had me on the radio, and, you know, I did television and stuff out here pertaining to edible landscape and how important it was going to be for us to hold on to our culture and historical remnants for our future legacies. And then, of course, I got to reach back because you said, you know, the seniors, we have to have intergenerational education so that way we can teach the seniors can pass on their knowledge to the generations that come after them, and even those that came with them, because everybody wasn't a farmer, you know. Some people were just seamstresses. Some people were, you know, they had to do other types of, they were mechanics, they were blacksmiths, they were, you know, they did the butchering. They, you know, we just have to find, yes.
I gotta ask you a question. What do you think about diabetes? Is diabetes real, or is diabetes man-made?
I believe that in our era, we come from the man-made product of diabetes, because when our seniors were eating fresh foods that they grew, that they knew what was in there, no steroids and all of that other stuff, they literally didn't get diabetes until they was like in their like 70s and 80s. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get it in their preteens. We didn't have a whole lot of juvenile diabetes. And the other aspect is DNA combinations. I believe that DNA combinations have a lot to do with it too, because that only Europeans carry, and or Rhesus monkeys. And then there's other diseases that come from us being out of our natural element, which might not have been here in the Americas. It might have been in Abu Kalan, Africa, because you know, because like say for instance, uh, you know, they have us take these shots to go to the continent and leave the country, right?
Right.
So that way, when we get different places, we won't get it. But guess what? People with sickle cell, they have, that was their protection against certain diseases that were on the continent. So they didn't, sickle cell didn't affect them the way it does here in America, because of the fact that the sickling of the cells was an adaptation for the atmosphere, for generational you know, bloodlines being present. So when we start thinking about how we are now, the foods have changed immensely. We wouldn't have ate all this packaged stuff. My grandma
Right.
would have had stuff canned for the last 5 years and dated and everything. And you
I know
still
that's
eating
right.
stuff from two and 3 years ago. The jams that she made, the pickled cucumbers, sweet and sour pickle. Whoa, I mean, and what do you call it, saccotash and all of that, you know, the peaches, all the fruit they canned, because in the wintertime we didn't have we have 4 seasons. So in the wintertime we actually had snow. So in the summer, spring and summer, and right at fall, we had to make sure by October we had harvested, canned, dehydrated, you know, the things that we needed, from our fruit leather all the way to the meats, the deer, the elk, you know,
Whoa.
all of fish, you know, all dehydrated, you know, so that later on, if we didn't have any food, if it wasn't present, we had everything we needed.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Come from the muck for real.
Yeah.
You come from the real place of survival, sis.
And every article of clothes, every button, every zipper, all those things were used. Every suit, if the man didn't want to wear that style because it was out of style, they made quilts out of them. You know what I
I hear
mean?
that. I
You
hear
know,
that.
and they wasn't wasting nothing. You feel me?
Oh, yes, I was nothing.
The young people now, if the clothes get dirty, oh girl, what you doing with that, girl? You ain't gonna wash that? No, girl, I'm throwing that in the trash, girl. I'm fixing to get me a new outfit. I'm like, what? You better take and mix and match and put together a whole new fit. Just sit to the saw machine.
I hear that.
Oh my god.
I know
You
that's
know,
right.
sustainability. We're talking about permaculture, all the different aspects, because we got to know how to drain the water off. We have to know how to gather the water. We have to know how to save the water. We have to know how to have food safety, you know, all of those things, and how to purify our own water when the water is now going to be mucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, we have to be prepared for a whole lot more now than we ever were before. We're actually going back in time to the 1700s to where we have to know sweet water when we see it. Some people think they can just walk up to a pool. If it's sitting still, I ain't drinking it, okay? But if it's moving and you can see bubbles and all that stuff, guess what? You cool. But people don't know that, you know, and even they submerge their bodies in distilled water and don't even know, you know, what's jumping off. So I know I'm all over the place. I didn't mean to do that,
No,
you guys.
no.
Nah, you
We
good,
really
you
enjoying
good.
this. This information is very informative. So no,
We
it's all
enjoying it.
good.
We enjoying
But I have
it.
26% on my phone. I want to let you know, just in case it clicks off,
Okay.
what's going on with me ahead of time.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, but see, this is the warrior in me. You know, you got to have her. Because guess what? She's got the eyes of the ancients, you know.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have, you know what? We really have a lot to share. We just, the young people need to give some of the elders a chance to communicate. And the elders have to give some of the young people a chance to adapt and be
Mm.
comfortable, because what's going on is they're used to instant gratification. We're used to long-term vision.
Wow.
Mm.
I know that's right. That's so right.
You got it.
We had to think further along. So we were thinking 5, 10 year intervals. The young people are thinking, right now, I eat this and I'm gonna smoke this right now, and then I'll see them in about a few minutes. But they haven't thought about what's gonna happen, at the end of the week, and can you place things in the next 3 weeks where you're gonna be.
Uh, that was fire. That was fire. All right, sis. So we enjoying it. We're gonna we're gonna this is the Messiah's bookshelf. So today's day 88 of the 90-day water cleanse, and usually we read from the book. This is our last Sunday. We're on day 88.
I
So
know it's our last Sunday.
graduation day is upon us.
Yes.
Mhm.
I have a
And
book.
Would it,
I know you.
would
I
it
know
be
you've been
rude
off.
of me? Would it be rude of me to say my farewells and let
No, no,
everyone
no, no.
know
It's good.
that it is imperative for us to walk in love, and
Yes, ma'am.
to look up into the sky and see everything at night. Watch the change in it. Start to read the sky so it could tell you what it is that's going to happen next. Because we can tell by that. We don't got to sit up in front of a television to be able to feel things. Our bodies feel them. You know what I mean? Your shoulder hurts if you heard it way back in the day when it starts to get cold, because okay, or your foot, or
mhm.
however way it works. But just to remember how imperative it is for us to continue to work with our young people, and to bond with our elders, and
Mhm.
to read people far away, so that just in case their vessels are being used by something other than our creator, that we
Wow.
see them before they approach, and
Wow.
make sure that we cover ourselves.
Yes.
Sage yourself, Palo Santo yourself, salt water, milk, and honey, salt water, milk, and olive oil baths to cleanse off other folks' vibrations. Salt
Hmm.
water in the hand with a little bit of water, and rub your hands together when the stress gets too tough, and let the grounding of the salt take those things away. There's a lot, but the main thing is we are healing our hearts and our minds and our spirits that have literally generationally been transformed into hurt, walking survival mode instead of being able to live. And when you're with Mother Earth, she gives you the opportunity to feel life and live and breathe. you
Hmm.
know so peace be unto the Messiah code. Peace be unto you all. Peace
Yes,
and
ma'am.
love with all the sisters and the brothers, the queens and kings, the empresses and emperors, the goddess and goddess. You know,
You talking
Yes.
that smack?
I
Yes.
can't help myself.
Can I say this before you go out? It. Thank you so much. You know, we all need this type of spirit. I think to guide us along the way. This path can be dark at times, and we need a guiding light to move us through.
But we need darkness in order for us to heal, because the only way that you can heal is to close your eyes and rest your body, and you will be in darkness. We have been taught that darkness was negative, but darkness is extremely positive.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But peace be unto you. I have to
Yes, ma'am.
go.
All right.
Peace.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you, Sister
indeed.
Yemenia.
Thank you.
All right.
Mm. Wow. What a phenomenal woman. Like,
Uh, she was cooking.
man,
She
her
was
energy.
she was cooking it up.
Yes, indeed.
Yo, Sister Yemenia was cooking it up. She gave us a survival plan. My fault. I'm kind of sweating in here a little bit. I don't got no fan on because I don't want no sound effects.
I know, me too.
So I'm kind of sweating in this room a little bit. Yo, I love y'all. Thank you for y'all time. As you know, this is the Messiah's Bookshelf. We have a featured guest every week. Somebody that can give us information, you know, to teach us some great information to guide us along this path. And I reached out to Sister Yemenia. My queen was telling me, "Yo, where is Yemenia?"
I
And I
know.
reached out to her. She actually came. She came through for
A
us.
lot of people don't know. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No,
But
you
a lot
good.
of
Go
people
ahead.
don't know is that when we used to have our group, the moms group, she was an advocate for that, and she was there every week with us, giving us information on growing food. And when we started this particular broadcast, I said, you know what, I want to have her on this show. I miss her. We got to start this back up.
Yeah. You know, we all got something to offer. I think.
Yes.
Once we learn that we all got something to offer, and you find that that's something that you have to offer, and you start to focus on it, and you bring it to the fold, everything else just goes good. You don't got to worry about being anyone else. Just be yourself and be
Be
great.
yourself. Yes.
Because it's somebody that really wants to connect with your passion. Let me keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, babe. You
Okay.
can read today's day 88, Rastamoon.
Rastamoon.
Rastaman. Rastaman.
Rastaman.
Rastamoon. Rastaman.
Rastamoon. Okay.
Day
Day
88.
88.
Go ahead.
Day 88. I know, right?
Yeah.
Roost Amun, infinite, hidden, wisdom. 88 cubes equals 681,472. Anuki Daun. I am different. Supreme grand wisdom. Trust in the universe with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to it, and it will make your path straight. On the day of Roost Moon, I am different symbolizes the unique journey each individual takes, embracing their distinct qualities and perspective. It's a celebration of individuality, as if it's a single star shining brightly with its own light in the network of the cosmos. The Supreme Grand Wisdom advises trust in the greater forces of the universe, suggesting that while our understanding is limited, the universe wisdom is infinite. It's like a sailor navigating the vast ocean, trusting the stars for guidance. This day encourages embracing one's uniqueness while also acknowledging the limitations of personal understanding. It's about finding balance between self reliance and faith in the broader wisdom of the universe. Submitting to the universe guidance is a tree yielding to the direction of the wind, understanding that some forces are beyond our control, yet they lead us to our true path. I am different in the essence of Roost Amun is about proudly owning one's uniqueness while humbly seeking guidance from the universe. It's a reminder that our individual's paths are a part of a larger microism.
Microcosm, babe.
microcosm, woven together by the wisdom of the universe. Embodying I am different is about confidently walking your unique path with this trust that the universe will guide you towards your true destiny. It's about being distinctive yet aligned with the infinite wisdom that surrounds us. Ashe. I shall.
All right, I shall. That was fire. Let me break it down a little bit.
Okay.
So, Rastamoon is the infinite hidden wisdom. It was nice that we got an elder. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
we actually needed somebody to, you know, that, you know, I would say that has some years on us, but also is connected with us as well. You know what I mean? Because the
Yes.
movement, I think we should not only be reaching towards the youth or the people that are our age. We should be reaching people that are, double our age. You know what I mean?
I know exactly
To,
what you mean.
to connect the whole thing around. That's what I think the Messiah Code is about in general. All
Yes.
right. So that was one of the things that I think was a treat for today. The infinite wisdom by having the elder here today was very important. All right. So Rastamun. Now let me give you something about the reason why it's called Rastamun. All right, Rasta or Ptah, because remember, Ptah is represents the deity of utterance, where he utters things into to existence through the manifestation of his words become his will. All right. So I
Mm-hmm.
want you to think about that. The 88 or a 8 represents the taurine energy. It represents the Taurus, actually. Okay. So when we dealing with the Taurus, we dealing with how the 8 comes down, and you would consider it to be like horns of a bull, but
Okay.
it's actually the locks of a Rasta man or a Rasta woman. All right. The way the 8 goes down, if you see the number 8, right? For
Yeah.
instance, let me see, like the number 8, right? You think about the number 8, and then your dreads, your locks, when they grow like this,
Mm-hmm.
it's symbolic of the Taurus energy. Your body actually has, you have a magnetic field that goes out 9 feet, but it goes in the center like at number 8 on its belly,
Gotcha. I gotcha.
which they call a Taurus. All right,
Mm-hmm.
but patah, it represents the utterance that comes from the mind, and then you got ros represented the head. So ptah-rus became Rastafarian or Ta Rastafarian or Ta Rastafari. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Same things, they became connected. So when we say Rust Amun,
Rules.
we're actually talking about Rust as in the head, Rush as in meaning the head, because Rosh could also mean the head in Hebrew. All right? And then
Okay.
you got Amun would be the head, the hidden, because Amun means the faithful or that which is hidden. So it's infinite hidden wisdom. All right, because it's at the number 88. Just me breaking down why it's Roost Amun. All right, but and then you got the affirmation on here. If you notice, the affirmation is let me see.
I am different.
The affirmation is if you see it on here, it's Anuki Dayun, which is I am different.
Mm-hmm.
I am different. Now, I keep on telling people that we are the gods and goddesses that they're going to be worshiping thousands of years from now. But the idea is to be different. The idea is to be what you are and what the universe provided for you. You know, it was interesting that the sister said she was getting a call when she was on the phone, when she was giving us information. She said, I'm getting a call. But I'm going to tell you, the calling was her giving us the information, because we all have a calling, all right? We all have a call that we have to answer, a phone call that we have to pick up, or we push the decline button because we're not ready to answer that phone call, all right? But that call or that calling represents our purpose in life, all right? So Anuki Dayun is I'm different, all right? So Supreme Grand Wisdom, trust in the universe with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to it, and it will make your path straight. You notice that we replace this God thing for
The
universe.
universe. Yes.
You know, I don't really care what God people call upon. It doesn't matter to me. But what I care about is the principle of how it applies to the universal perspective. All right? Because it's many names, it's many gods that people call upon. All right? But you gotta lean with it with your own with all of your heart, and lean not to your own understanding, because the universe is speaking to us every day. Every day the universe is talking and having conversations with us. All right? And
Yes.
we got to be there to listen to what the universe has provided for us. All right? So, yeah, in all your ways, submit to it, and it will make your path straight. Okay?
Okay.
So now, on the day of Rustamun, I'm different. It symbolized the unique journey, and I broke that down. You know, I was telling people again, you know, it's seeing my sweat for real now.
Yeah, my head got a nice shine on it right now.
It's all good. You know, we doing this. We got this. But I was telling people again that we are the gods and goddesses that they're going to be worshiping thousands of years from now. The idea of it is that you got to find your path and your uniqueness that you provide for this manifestation. The world, or what we consider to be reality, is programmable. Now, you got to do this. You got to think about it. It's either you are programming it or you the one being programmed.
Wow.
Keep it 100.
Wow.
You are the Rustamon, Rastamon, or the Rasta woman, because that's what the horns of the Taurus energy represents. It represents the locks of a Rasta man or a Rasta woman, proceeding out from the crown chakra. All right? But what's so deep about it, it really goes even deep, because I tell people, like, with Ta and Ros, Tar and Rosh, you know, you got the ability to utter things in your mind and bring them into reality. You know what I'm saying? You can have these things in your mind, and you can bring them into reality. Now, again, remember when I was telling y'all with a practice, the spiritual practice that we was doing, when I was telling you to say I'm great in your mind,
Yeah.
you know, and then you heard the message of you saying I'm great. Then I tell you about how visualize something, and then you seen the vision. You seen the vision. You know what I'm saying?
I remember.
So what I'm saying is that your spiritual body has eyes and ears. Not only that, you can feel at times. When you in your dreams, you can feel certain things. So your body has your spiritual body has a way to feel. I'm gonna say it like that. Okay. Now, we have to connect with each one of us have a certain mission and duty to perform. The sister said it, come together. You know, a lot of us don't want to come together because why? We look different, we act different, we seem to be different, we speak different languages. But guess what? The heart is moving at a certain rhythm that we all can move to. If you're ready to move to that beat, to be honest. All right? But yeah, what else I want to say? I just want to say I really appreciate everybody that has made it this far,
Yeah.
that has been pushing day in and day out. You know, it's been an argument too. I'm going to say this too. Man, I've been having a little issue and it saddens my heart. I want to get it before I'm gonna leave this on a good note, but I've been having a little issue amongst the community, and I want to take my stance on this. I want to take my stance on this, and I want it to be I want to put this information out like that, and wherever you stand at, just let me know. All right. So I posted a picture of me and me and my sons, right? Two of my sons. And I had on what is considered to be a feathered headdress. Okay? Some people call it a war bonnet. Okay? I do not call the feathered headdress that I wear a war bonnet. I don't consider it to be a war bonnet. I think it's misinformation for whoever said or coined the word for that headdress to be called a war bonnet, but it is not a war bonnet. Now, people have said it has been warriors that have wore it. Maybe so, but those same warriors wasn't wearing that headdress to war. All right? So it is not classified as a war bonnet. So I want to reclassify the headdress that everybody, you know what I'm talking about, the feathered headdress
Yes.
that goes back, not the feathered headdress that sticks up, the feathered headdress that goes back that has the leather buckle in front,
Yes.
and it usually has a trail down the
Yes. On
side.
the sides. Yes.
Yeah, some people are calling it a war bonnet, and I offended. Let me tell you some stuff. I offended some people in the Taino community because I was wearing this this headdress. Now I'm gonna say it like this for anybody that got problems with me. You know, we can do it like this. If you got problems with me, you don't gotta text and spam my posts, especially if I make a post just with me and my kids. If I make a post with me and my kids and you got a problem with what I'm wearing, don't take the time to teach the people at that point. All right, I'm gonna keep it real because you offend me from the rip. From the rip. So I was highly offended that somebody wanted to take the time to debate with me, and it was a female at that. So I wanted to be respectful, but she started calling her cronies up and started instigating a feud between me and other people, and try to insinuate that, you know, I guess I was off on some whatever, and all the receipts are there. I was being harassed. I was literally being harassed. Anytime somebody takes all day to return your messages, they don't know if they arguing with a robot or not.
Right.
But they continue to keep on going. She was going hard all day on the fact that I was wearing a headdress with feathers on it. And she said I can't wear the shit. Excuse my language. Who are you? Excuse me. Who are you to have the nerve to say that somebody cannot wear a headdress? Now, I'm going to say this. All right? I have Taino blood in me, yes. But guess what? I'm not just Taino, and neither are you. I'm going to keep it real. None of y'all are 100% acting like y'all 1,000% in whatever. You can claim, or you can represent anybody that is a part of your bloodline or anybody that you choose to connect with. It is your prerogative. All right? Now, it is my duty to connect the tribes from the north as well as the tribes from the south and the Caribbean. It is my duty to connect all the indigenous people, period. Now, if you got a problem with me wearing a headdress, well, why don't you go debate it with somebody else? Because I'ma still wear it, and it's gonna make you mad.
I hear that.
And then another person gonna ask me, "Oh man, you don't even know me like that." First of all, homie, and I feel it's very disrespectful. And we live in a coward society. I'm gonna tell you why we live in a coward society. Because all this stuff that you be popping on the internet, half of
Internet.
y'all wouldn't be popping it in somebody's face.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all wouldn't be popping it. And I'm not saying that I can beat everybody up in this world, but what I'm telling you is that you a coward. The other dude is a coward. Now I'm telling the dude that was hating on me. The other female, the female addressed that issue. But the dude that was hating on me, he's not even Taino, right? He pops up on my thing and says, "You gotta earn that headdress to wear it." I'm like, yo, homie, do you gotta check my resume? You gotta check what you wanna check my resume? I don't even know you like that. And if I was really on my thug, I would have probably smacked you in your head for you even coming up, even testing my chin like that. I'm just keeping it 100. So you gotta earn that. Dog, who are you? Just
Right.
like you don't know me, I don't know you. You should go check my resume though and see what type of person I am before you go up throwing shots. But he wanted to take the time to debate with me and throw some shots at me on the what's the name, and he sounded real stupid. And then they get so mad because I bought my headdress from Amazon. They get so mad that I bought it from Amazon. And I'm gonna tell you some shit. If you look at my headdress and the joint from Amazon, they don't look the same. My queen will tell you.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I did buy it from Amazon. No joke. But I refurbished it and made it my own.
Yeah, you made it your own.
It don't look like none of y'all headdresses.
Mm-mm.
So go test my chin and go look at my pictures. Another thing is, you gonna say, I gotta earn it. I ain't seen none of y'all niggas, excuse my language, I ain't seen none of y'all Tainos, none of y'all whatever so-called aboriginal, whatever y'all want to call yourself. I'm just saying for all the haters, not you. You know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. I ain't seen none of y'all haters go hunt down a bird and go make a hat out of it. None of y'all went down and hunt down a freaking bird and say, you know what? I'ma just take the feathers from this bird and make a headdress. All y'all bought y'all feathers from Amazon. All y'all bought y'all such and such from the store. Stop acting real stupid. And then you gonna say, well, some of us haven't did it. Well, that's good. And those are the traditionalists that I support. But for all you haters, I don't support you because you just want to hate just to be great. Another thing is this. Like, the dude, you know what he showed me, babe? This nigga showed me a picture of him. I said, yo, have you hunt down a bird before, bro? Have you made a headdress out of a bird? Why you mad because I'm wearing a headdress with feathers on it? So I said, show me receipts of you hunting down a bird and making a headdress. He shows me a picture of him cutting up a fucking moose. Now, I'm like, yo, a fucking moose is not a Taino indigenous animal. So why are you even arguing with me about a Taino situation? Okay, that's a whole nother point. But another point is, why are you bringing up the fact that you cutting up a moose? I mean, my nigga, people get shot in the hood every day, B. I mean, like, you showing me you cutting up a moose like you Gary eat a... Brothers get shot in the hood every day, B. What you showing me, it ain't nothing I ain't seen in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Moose.
So, like, yeah. So he's cutting up a moose and he's trying to show and get stripes off the fact that he's cutting up a moose and eating moose.
Good job for him.
I'm like, yo, bro, my Puerto Rican people, they cook up barbecue pigs and different shit and chop it up and all that stuff. What are you talking about?
I seen my mother cut up a bird. So
I didn't seen these things.
I didn't see my mama.
When was the last time you made a hat from a bird?
Yeah, I didn't see my mama do it.
From no bird, man. Stop.
Oh
lying.
My gosh.
Stop lying. Y'all niggas ain't make no hats from no birds, man. Just like y'all ain't most of y'all ain't, you know, we rather get the meat from the grocery store than kill the animal ourselves.
Right.
Another thing is, let me say this too, because this is Messiah's bookshelf, right?
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite books for all you Taino haters. All right, caciques and semi-idols. Now, excuse me. What you should do is argue with this brother right here. All right? This brother Jose Oliver, R. Oliver, right? Because this is one of my favorite books, okay? And just bringing up something from the from the book, right? Was I want you to understand this. Somebody said, "Well, what is the difference between a tabe, right, and the semi?" And this was a question for Taino 101. Now, coming off the head, I'm gonna tell you what a semi is and a tabe, the difference between a tabe and a semi. But I'm gonna read it from this book, okay? Listen, a tabe is the Mother Earth, but she could be the river, the yielding force that comes from the rivers, also moisture or whatever like that. Whatever sustains us in a sense that comes from the earth, a tabe. Okay? That's it. Now, any other name that you want to apply to it, any other principle that you want to apply to it, thank you, Sister Jennifer. Any other principle that you want to apply to it, that's up to you. But I'm telling you, it's the yielding force that comes from the earth. It's a tabe. Now, many other people called it many things. And a tabe, when you look at a tabe, I have a picture of a tabe right on the ceremonial land where they engraved her. You see a tabe down like she's giving birth. Right? Am I right, babe? You
Yeah.
see, when you see a tabe, she's down like a woman
Yeah.
giving birth, standing
Yes.
up. And what she's doing is she's giving birth to the universe.
Yeah,
Okay?
she's not.
I'm going to put it in that concept that she's giving birth to the universe when you see the picture of a tabe. All right? But in essence, it's the yielding force that comes from the earth. But a tabe can be, another thing is how I apply it is that when you walk in the earth, the yielding force that comes from the earth, let's say if you want, the universe to provide from you a certain way, it will provide from you through the earth. And the earth would be people that roam the earth at times. All right? They would move. Yes, that's a tabe. And when she's down, she's giving birth. She's in a position of giving birth like this. But what you got to realize is that you seeing it from two different positions. Yeah, we seeing the position of a tabe like that, like this. But what if I tell you that that is the position of the ground? If you look at her, she's on the ground too, like with her head on the ground in prayer. That's how you
Oh,
look when you
wow.
in prayer. When you in prayer, you look like you in the same position of a tabe giving birth.
Wow. That's true.
You're just like flat on the ground. You can't see the camera, but the camera can see you from the ground up. Show
Yes.
that picture again, if you have it.
Yeah, I do. I was just looking at some other ones.
Yeah, I
The
got
ones
a
that we had
real.
up
Yeah,
on my camera.
yeah. That's the same position that you look like when you are in prayer. In ancient Egypt, it would look like the scarab beetle as well. But let me read from this. All
I think
right.
this is the one I think we saw when we were in Puerto Rico. This is a stone right there. I don't know if you can catch that flare.
Yo, you know what? You know what I dislike about a lot of these Taino haters? Not the real Tainos. Not the real Taino. I'm gonna tell you, because what Cacique Roberto Macora, what he talked about is, he said a Taino is what you do for the community. It's not just like I'm a Taino. It represents what you do for the community. It is not just you by yourself. It represents you doing something for the community. All right, but they're all Arawakan descent. Keep it real, from north to south. No matter what headdress you wear, they still connected in some sort of way. All right, but I want to read here what it says. It says, listen. This is chapter 6 of his book, right? I'm gonna read this. This is called caciques and semi idols. All right. So it says this. To start with, the Taino language term semi refers not to an artifact or object, but to an immaterial, nominous, and vital force. Under particular conditions, beings, things, and other phenomena in nature can be imbued with the semi. Semi is therefore a condition of being and not a thing. It is a nominous power, a driving and vital force that compels action. It is the power to cause, to effect, and also denotes a condition or state of being.
Wow.
That's what he said a semi is
Wow.
from his findings. And meaning that, you break this stuff down, it's not just an object. It represents a certain, like when people went through certain situations, like if we went through a certain event and we met at a certain place, we would actually create a semi out of whatever object that we met at. If something happened to us at a tree, we would take that tree and make it into an object of adornment, connecting
Mm-hmm.
up not only the time and space, but the idea that this object represent, you know, the condition of what happened to us at that moment. All right. So it
Mm-hmm.
was a way, how should I say? It was a way like a time marker. Like if I was if I'm moving through time as a cosmic being, I will be able to mark this space and time with a time marker. And that's what the semi was in actuality. All right. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not an artifact, but an immaterial, nominous, and vital force. One thing that I was so happy when we went to the sacred land, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did the custodian give me?
He gave you a piece of a vase, a clay, a piece of a vase that was from the ancestors.
He
Something that
gave me a
they,
piece of pottery.
yeah.
How old did he said that pottery was?
I don't remember, but I do remember it was something that was found when they're
It
I
was
guess,
found on the land.
yeah, it was found on the land,
It was over 2,000 years old. It was estimated to be over 2,000 years old.
and he gave you a piece of it.
He gave him. Why did he give me a piece of it?
Why did he give it to you?
Why did you think he gave me a piece of it?
I think he gave it. I think he gave it to you personally because I think he felt. I think there was a connection. I think he understood. I think he felt the connection that you had a connection to that land and that it was supposed to come to you. It was supposed to be yours. It was a part of you.
Thank you. I just needed your opinion on that
Yeah.
because I never asked the brother.
Mm-mm.
He was the custodian of the museum,
Yes.
and we fought hard to get to that place because it was
Yes.
our last day in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
So we really fought hard. We went through the mountains. We went through the whole Puerto Rico.
People don't know.
We went, and
People
it's
don't
not
know.
easy. You think
It's
it's
not.
easy getting up the mountains? It's not easy getting up the mountains, man.
Let me say this. I there's a lot of people um that I've talked to since a lot of people that's native that came from that was born there in Puerto Rico, and when I tell them our travels, them themselves are sometimes a little wary or too scared to go up those mountains because of the roads. So what we did was not easy. It was not an easy travel
Yep.
at all. But we had our ancestors
Yes. That's
there
right.
to protect us. They knew the route we were going, and they was there to protect us. I mean, your uncles was calling us as well, but that's the thing. Like we had that protection because, like I said, I spoke to a lot of people, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you guys went there, places that they wouldn't even travel themselves out of fear to go because of how the roads are." And we took that journey.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was a reward. It
Yes.
was a
It
reward.
was yes.
It was so rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
So
We got to
peaceful.
walk with our shoes off on the ground. We yes. Remember?
Yes.
Oh,
Talk about the 361 degrees.
Yeah.
How
Yes.
on the land it was
Yes.
they had every circle had a dot in the
Dot.
middle of it.
Yes.
It was a
That's
dot.
fact. That's true. Yes.
It was a stone that was a
In-
dot, just
right in the
a
middle.
dot.
Yep.
It looked round.
Right in
Yeah,
the middle.
that was such a beautiful moment. Shout out to Sister Candace. I see you, Messiah Code All Star. Thank you. Yeah, I really dislike people that are so. They just, I don't know, man. I find it in every community, man. When you want to do the knowledge, you want to grow, you got people that bicker amongst each other, man. And I really don't like that. I didn't sign up for that. I really would hope that if we're doing this, it should be making us be better people. We
Mm-hmm.
should be striving for better people. Now, I know it's an anger because of the injustice that has been, and the suffering that has been upon our people, but it's no reason for you to be angry with your own people, not the people that you want to build up.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm wearing a headdress from the north, or whether I'm wearing a headdress from the south, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make me any more Taino by putting on some clothes than the next. You
Ain't
know what
that
I'm saying? It don't make me more Muslim just because I put on a kufi.
right?
It don't make me more Christian because I put on a freaking cross.
Mm-mm.
It don't make me more what do you want to call it yourself? It don't make me more of a more because I put on a fez. I'm gonna keep it
Yeah.
real, y'all. Like, it don't make me more. It doesn't make me. What makes you more of that particular thing that you represent is what you do. It's how you carry yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of y'all want to have these religious relics all adorned on yourself just to show that you're a good person instead of being a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. And I don't really want to go so hard, but as Taino people, I'm gonna say keep it real. As Taino people, whatever tribe that you represent, I don't care. They're indigenous people. We should know that we got the same pain. Our ancestors went through that same pain, and we're a product of that pain, and it would pain them more by us fighting amongst each other and bickering about what type of headdress somebody wearing or what type of clothing somebody wearing because they coming into the sacred place. I'm gonna keep it real. With all due respect, we have many nations of through flowing through our veins. All right, and
Mm-hmm.
it would do a dishonor for us to disrespect our ancestors, whether from the north, from the Caribbean, or from South America, or from Central America, or from Africa, or any other place on the planet. Keep it real. But I'm speaking to the Aboriginal groups or the indigenous groups. I wouldn't call it native, but you know what I'm saying. I'm speaking to these groups. One of the problems that we have is bickering amongst each other. All right? And I will hope
Mm-hmm.
that we figure that out. So, yeah, I'm Taino. Yeah, I got Taino blood, but you might see me post up with a kufi on at times because I went through that school of thought and Islam taught me something. And I'll wear that as a crown of my graduation. Every hat that I wear means something. I'm gonna keep it real. You might see me wear the gardener's hat. Yeah, I wear the gardener's hat because why? I that is a particular craft that I have a passion for. Not only that I have a passion for, that I have earned a stripe for as well. It's been many years I've been growing gardens. Every year I grow a garden. All right? Keep it real. I might wear a Chinese hat, a element hat, an elemental hat that you call
Yeah.
a Raiden hat. Y'all get mad. They get mad when they see me in the Raiden hat too. All the Taino. Yeah, I'm still Taino. It don't change
Yeah.
my blood just
No,
because I'm
that
wearing a Raiden hat. Y'all get
right.
mad. Y'all get mad because I'm wearing a Raiden hat now, right? Oh, you can't be wearing that. You a Taino. No, that represents a school of thought that I went through. Every hat that I wear, I'm a man of many hats. Every hat that I wear
I hear
represents
that.
a school of thought.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you might like every hat that I wear, like I wear hats, man. Like that's
I'm a
my
man of
thing.
many hats. I hear
I'm a
that.
man of many hats, babe. Like this is what one thing I do. Like this is one thing I do. I wear many hats. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
reason why I wear these hats is because it represents this the actual institution that I went under to study that particular type of information. So in order to respect that particular craft, that school of thought, I wear the hat. Let me keep it real. Yeah, I wear many hats, man. So if you got a problem with me wearing a hat, you gonna have a headdress, the gardener's hat. Here's my gardener's hat. If you got a problem with it, then you're gonna have many problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna change who I am as a person. It's not. All right. Oh man, we smoked it out.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Um, Let me take us out real quick.
Okay. Wow, our last Sunday with the
It's the
90 day.
last Sunday, the 90
I
day water
know.
fast and
I
cleansing, man.
know. We'll be back next Sunday.
Yeah, we.
That starts something when I say that.
It's alright. It's alright. Yeah. If it ain't right, we make it right. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah. If it ain't right, we make it right.
Money in the safe made it right. The struggle in the hood made me fight. Trapped in the cage made me right. My anger reacts like dynamite. The haters that you roll with ain't my type. I'm pushing weight, but she empty light. The body that she got is kryptonite. It's a shame that I'm moving at the speed of light, but
It's alright. It's alright. Yeah. If it ain't right, we make it right. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah. If it ain't right, we make it right.
I was in the hood, wasn't acting right. Now what you doing, but you acting right. I made the herb and the cat alive. How you turn the house, then took a while. You hit it so good, that your pen dry. Put you down on the front, you looking in my eye. Yeah, I beat the pick up like a card to crime. When she hit me on the front, hit decline. Even knowing that your girl, cause she on my line. Like I put her in the gear, put her in draw. And she gave me my heart, but put it on ice. And she gave me my heart, put it on ice.
It's alright. It's alright. Yeah. If it ain't right, we make it right. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah. If it ain't right, we make it right. Oh man, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh man, that was classic.
Oh, I lost you. I hear a
Can you hear
glitch.
me now? All
I
right,
hear
my
you
fault.
now.
Thank you, Kev. Thank you. I'm loving I'm loving this
Remix.
mix. Yo, this was a hot build, man. Shout out to everybody on this 90-day water cleanse. Look out for the new book that's coming out, The 7
Days.
Weapons of the Messiah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the newest book that's about to drop. Look for it. All right. We only got a couple days left. Today is day 88.
Days.
Day 88. Day 88. You are
I
great.
know.
Yo, we pushing this thing, man. Whew. But yeah, man, I love y'all. 747. I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man. Y'all have a blessed one. Hold up.
Get your water.
Yeah, let me toast with you, yo.
All right. You got it. You've been drinking it good.
I've
okay.
been we got about the same amount of water. Look, let me
Yes,
see.
for real.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I needed that.
Yes, indeed. You know, we both got the air conditioner off.
Yeah, we both got the AC off, yo.
Yes.
I love y'all, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man. Y'all have a blessed one.
You are the God of your creation. You are the center of your universe. So you got a residual self-image on how you create or what you want for your garments. You don't got on your royal garments right now. None of us. Now we need to be amongst a court of royal people too. We need to be amongst a court of great people.
You know how in a temple, every temple is given a Qibla of some sort, a direction to pray. All right, if y'all just coming in, I'm talking about how we either in the matrix or either in the book. If you just tuning in, all right, and I'm explaining that. All right, but check this out: a rectangular prism actually has the same principle as a square, as a cube, to find the volume. All right, so now I want you to liken that into the dimensions that we living in: person, places, and things, past, present, and future, man, woman, and child.
The Messiah.